Hello everybody, Squelchy here. Today we are back in the beta world. I wanted to experiment with 1.6.4 for a bit on that fossils series, and I will get back to it eventually, but beta really just is my baby. This world is the most I've ever put into one world, so I want to keep developing it, but I will get back around to the fossil stuff eventually, and I very much do intend to continue that series discussing Primal Carnage, so stay tuned for that, but otherwise, I'm just here to show you guys what's new with the beta world. Here we have this pretty hastily put together path that I threw down right before this video just to link the last area you guys saw to the new one, I guess. So, walking down over here, you will see Shroom Station. It is my first real experience with building with like actual circles and domes. It came out looking very mushroomy, so Shroom Station. And Shroom Station serves as the navigation hub of this world, so I just threw up a little interior in here. We got some skylights, paintings, books, the whole 9 yards. And this leads back to the old spawn area, you know, where the first several of the videos on this world were shot in. This old area. I kind of want to get away from here because I don't like the terrain. I don't like the biomes. And I don't love my older builds. Anyway, moving on to the real meat and potatoes of this video, we have Bloxtilan. So I think you pronounce it. Here's a maintenance shaft. It's really just the internal plexus of the building. Is that even the right word? Anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah, to the minecart track. So here we have a little railway put together to just branch out to new territory, and thankfully I didn't have to go far to find new territory. As you can see, I found a pretty cool place to sit down and start building. New terrain. It's all basically a rainforest biome, so lots of ferns everywhere, and in my opinion, the best colored grass in beta. Seasonal forest, but right over here, rainforest, yeah. Anyway, I'll get back up here and kind of go over my thought process for the area. So, this is Bloxtilan, or Bloxtilan, I don't know. Based off of ancient Aztec city, I'm gonna flash it on screen here because I'm not gonna try to pronounce that on video. But anyway, my philosophy for this area was, everybody builds not ancient, but everybody builds medieval structures in villages in Minecraft, and I literally just walked from one over there. You can kind of see it on the cliff right at a render distance. It's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, well, I can't take screenshots right now. If anybody can tell me what that error is, that'd be pretty cool. When it pops up, I just take the L of I can't take screenshots. But anyway, back to the village here. So, I guess we'll start off with this. This is the ball court. A lot of ancient Mesoamerican cities, most if not all of them, I believe, had some kind of ball court where it was, in most cases, an eye-shaped field, I guess. And there'd be a main area where the players would take this ball and they would try to hit it through the hoop like that, basically. And they could like only use like their hips, kind of, and like shins. And it was like a hardcore like metal, or not metal. They'd be killing each other if it was a metal ball. But it's like a hardcore like rubber ball, and like that shit looks like it hurts. Like honestly, I might just throw up some footage of it. Anyway, this is really cool. The temples here, I designed them to frame the sunset. You You can catch a little glimpse of that, but I'm going to go ahead and sleep this night off real quick and continue with the tour. Anyway, the ball court. The ball game was pretty significant in Mesoamerican culture. From what I read, a lot of it, not a lot of it, but they'd be done to like settle court disputes, like in places of war sometimes, like when two kind of nations would go at it, they'd literally go at it in the courts, and whoever lost would be subjugated by the winning team, stuff like that. Probably some type of sacrifice and maybe religious stuff happened with this as well. Everything. Ball was quite literally life to some ancient Mesoamerican people, so things truly never change. Right across from the ball courts, we have the residential area. Here we have some floating farms, got some leaves to kind of just spice up the little pool here. I wanted to throw up some more buildings, but I don't know. I don't know. Just didn't feel appropriate. Don't get me wrong. Uh, there's only 4 homes here, which probably seems to be not enough for this big ass town. But I plan to build more houses like scattered on the outskirts of it. Like the area over here will expand outward from this center point right here. This is built on a lake, like actual Aztec cities were, or some of them were. And it was really annoying because the water would start freaking out, and I'd have to go under here and just take a bucket, and it was hell. But I've got it mostly most of the kinks have been worked out. Anyway, I'm quite scatterbrained in my explanation of this all. Yeah, these floating farms are really cool, very common in these lake towns, just places built in the water. Moving on to the actual residential area, we have these 2 small, just square houses, and then these 2 more rectangular ones. And I think they are pretty neat. They have these little shrubs with these mushrooms I interpret to be like fruit. So these guys are like growing their own food here as much as they can because they are the poorer folk. This is definitely not where the wealthier people here will live. Let me get into one of these houses. Very half-assed interior. I threw this together like literally in minutes. Just ran around with a stack of bullshit in my inventory and threw it all together. Something I will note is that these furnaces that I included in the homes, this is not historically accurate. From what I've read, a lot of like cooking was done like outside. Like they'd just be kind of hanging out outdoors in these big like kind of pavilion areas with like big clay pots and stuff where they'd be cooking communally. So having the cooking appliances in the homes isn't very accurate, but I did it anyway because these chimneys look really cool. And I guess if I really wanted to, I could say that, oh, these aren't cooking furnaces, this is just to warm the house. But honestly, would they even have to deal with like cold like that? I mean, I don't know. How cold does it get at night in South America? Probably annoyingly cold. I don't know. I don't know anything, man. Here's one of the bigger rectangular houses. Again, with this furnace unit. Some chairs. Little thing of wheat, I guess. Another very basic living area. You got a bed, stuff, and junk. Then right across from... Oh, cool, we got some wolves. Cool. But right across from the living area is the general farm. Now, from what I was reading, again, the main crops of the areas in a lot of these Mesoamerican cultures were corn, beans, and squash, I believe. I recall correctly. I was reading it like a week ago. I was gonna make a script and do an actual like video, like Cole Powered's alchemy video, which really inspired me actually researching this. I was just kind of like just gonna build a city on this lake and call it that, but seeing his breakdown of like actual alchemy with block transmutation made me want to actually kind of make this city somewhat historically accurate. So I guess you could pretend that the sugarcane is corn. That'd be a cool thing for a texture pack to turn the sugarcane into corn stalks. I guess you could say the wheat is beans. And oh man, I should have grabbed some pumpkins, and those could have been squash. There's literally some right over there too, so that's perfect. I missed opportunity, but I'll add that eventually. And then at the back of the farm here, it's just two farm sheds. Got some crops of some kind, chest, and this I actually kind of intended to be like a big trowel or like plow hoe type of thing. And I mean, like, I don't know, I could kind of imagine somebody grabbing that and fucking going at it, plowing a massive field with that. And then it's really the same deal over here. This has a note block though. And this is just the remnants of the seeds and the mushrooms and hose from when I was making all these wheat roofs, which I just find really, really cool, man. Like Jack Kerwood, I don't know, I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, I've seen a lot of those wheat roofs in his videos, and I just really, really enjoy them. So I spammed them all over here. And honestly, this was in some weird attempt to be kind of historically accurate while doing my own thing. Because a lot of artist depictions of ancient Mesoamerican homes have these thatched roofs. Oh, I forgot to bone meal those two before recording. Great. Speaking of these two things, they are just basic little stalls. Maybe somebody's handing out snacks and stuff, selling snacks, I guess. Nobody be handing anything out for free. And then right here, this big old eye-catching, beautiful area is this is where the rich people would live. It's kind of like a palace for the with the wealthy, I guess. They were called tech pans. Tech puns. I don't know how to pronounce it, but probably should have looked into that. I didn't. I'm sorry. But they were these cool, like walled off castle, not castle, more like mansion type things where, again, the rich people would hang out and do their thing. Here we have the tech pan, I guess, and got this cool pathway where you can walk around and just see everybody else. You are quite literally above the rest of the people. I went out of my way to kind of build this little thing on a half slab, so the rich are always looking down at the poor, that type of thing. This was inspired a lot by, I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but they have like a creative world in their beta world, or their beta world is a creative world, and they have a lot of these like Italian type walkways with these pillars. I don't really know what to call them. I'm no architect, but they looked really cool, and they also kind of fit with this whole walled off mansion motif, I guess you could say, that a lot of these tech pans had. And walking over here, you have this cool corner that I can't wait to develop this area back here, because this is just going to be an awesome view. I mean, it's a great view right now. Just beta Minecraft terrain. I'm gonna sleep real quick because I think this looks better at daytime. Anyway, hopping back in here, you loop around. It's pretty evident where this would take you. I don't think I need to explain that. But here's the mansion. It's got this grassy field with some flowers and one of those bushes with the fruit from earlier with the mushrooms. And you walk on in here, and ta-da! I spammed more bookshelves. We got a table, paintings, logs, pressure plate, plates or table mats, what have you. And this is actually kind of cool. These are pistons. Pistons, light shines through them for some reason. So, thank you, Notch, I guess. So, if you ever want to have an interesting ceiling and it lets light through, pistons. Cool trick. Too lazy to build a staircase, so we have a ladder up here. And I guess this could be the bedroom. Just threw some beds up here. Books. Windows. There's no glass in any of these windows because, again, to my research, once again, I could be entirely wrong with everything I've said in this video, but they didn't really have glass like that. The closest they would have is working with like volcanic glass, like obsidian, Minecraft, But yeah, anyway, you have a very cool view up here. I I love this. I love this a lot. When I was building these temples, I was getting really demoralized, and seeing this view, like I was like, okay, I have to finish this project. Like this is just dope. I love this. At the very top, you have the penthouse suite. You have the view of a lifetime. This, once again, I mean, I talked about it down here. Man, take a shot for every time I say once again. But great views. I just really like this terrain so much more than over there. I can't explain it. Like, that's just like one small mountain range surrounded by flat nonsense. And like, I feel like I have a proper valley over here and a sprawling range of mountains instead of just that, which I pretty much took over until I got sick of it. Obviously, I haven't really done anything with that, but again, I just got sick of that area. Back to the the actual suite, you have these tables where they're probably brewing up some crazy drinks, eating snacks, mushrooms on leaves. I stole that from somebody. Probably Jack. Been watching a lot of Jack stuff. Really, shout out to his channel. Awesome builder. And since I play in peaceful mode, I will unashamedly just come on down here and take you guys on a walk through the temples. So, this platform was daunting. I made this big platform. It is this little ring with water design going all around this entire platform. And I just put a little dirt roof over it and had a big grass platform. And I was just so overwhelmed because I was like, I have to fill this up. It's going to look stupid if I just do nothing with it. So I used these 4 plots and threw down some pyramids, temples, I guess. Now these first 2 are the same design, and then the back 2 are the same but a different design. So I got these crash slab furnace corners with these faces, the fire and the water. Pretty freaking cool if I do say so myself. Now I will admit here that there's actually not really wooden steps if you go and look at like Mesoamerican pyramids and like Aztec pyramids and stuff, but this just looked better. And this whole civilization is supposed to be, well, the civilization when it was still standing, not after thousands of years of rotting in the jungle. But this is a temple. As you can hear with the cave noise that we just walked over, this is largely hollow. In fact, I dare say it's not even complete. But I don't plan on doing anything with this. Like, I was thinking of like putting tree farms in here, but like the fire just makes me too scared to even want to bother with that. And I don't want to live in here because if I was gonna live in anything, I'd live in that sick ass mansion over there. Honestly, throw some chests down, add like a basement under the lake, and yeah, probably just live in that if I do move my base of operations over here. Because frankly, going back and forth on that railway was very annoying. It served its purpose exceptionally well and saved me God knows how much time just going back and forth whenever I needed new resources. But I want to get a mine going over here, tree farm going over here. I want to be able to build this area out without having to go through what I went through to build this center area. Anyway, yapping some more. Come on down here to the second half of the worship platform. I guess I should add, this is also somewhat of an attempt to be kind of historically accurate, vaguely. There would be these big worship platforms that would have all the temples and pyramids where all of the, not all of the, but most of the religious activity would happen, and practices, rituals, yada yada yada, would all happen here. The only difference between these two pyramid designs is that this one is a 4-block base, where this one is a 3-block base. And I also fixed this little not centered issue I had with this. I don't know why I decided to do that. I remember building these pyramids literally thinking, I think it should be 2 cobble and then the face, and then it's okay. You know why I think it did that? Because it's actually centered when you don't have this crash slab pillar there. But I really like how the crash slab pillars look there. Anyway, I fixed it for this one, and I like that. The other difference with these is since this third level is taller, I don't have just the very narrow opening for the fire. I have this kind of inverted pyramid type design. I don't know what to call it. And then up here is actually a bit more fleshed out than over here. Pistons, once again, to let light shine in down here, on the off chance that I do want to do anything with the insides of these buildings, but this is, I imagine some that type of thing probably going on up here, honestly. Then I would just walk up here and show you all this, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing again, to be entirely honest. And other than that, I just planted some grass around the pyramids so it didn't look entirely like just it spawned in there. I might mess around one day and put some like gravel around the central line, or maybe even do away with these lines to begin with. This was really just done to give myself building plots. But honestly, putting gravel down here would be kind of hard because, yeah, yeah, there's not a lot to work with in terms of places I could put gravel. I mean, it would just be a pain in the ass to do it. I could put dirt under here and it'd be entirely possible, but it would be a pain in the ass. What I would rather do, oh hey, there's that cool framed sunset that I was mentioning earlier. But what I would rather do with the underground here is turn it into like some catacombs, like maybe one of these waterfalls, not waterfalls, I guess it is a waterfall, but one of these columns of water you could swim through and be in these fucking catacombs that are just a maze of liminal Minecraft areas, you could say, as the kids would call it. But for the most part, that is what I had. Anyway, if you thought this was remotely cool, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want. Don't do any of those if you don't want, that's cool. But yeah, don't know when the next Minecraft video will be. I am tapped out of ideas after this. I've had this brewing in the backlog for ages, but I just now got around to it in the past couple of months, so no idea what I want to do next, so no promises on how soon the next video may or may not be, but I will definitely have some more Primal Carnage stuff out soon for the 2 people that care about that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.